up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 229. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Trav.
And I'm here with Adam.
And this week we all went to see Archenemy live.
Dun, 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 dun,
It was so metal.
So I was telling Trav last night, I liked the way, like, whenever he would have his little flashbacks to, and when he's telling the stories, I liked the way it looked.
Yeah, I do
Almost
too.
like that's how it looked there.
Yeah.
You know? Cool kind of animation.
Yeah. Here's one thing that I really enjoyed whenever I was watching it. I loved how a lot of the shots were framed to look like comic books.
Yeah.
Like comic book panels. You don't get that a lot in Marvel. I mean, you do get it in Marvel stuff occasionally, but you don't get it to that extent where it's just, it could be as simple as like two people talking to one another or whatever. And that they have the way that the camera is angled, whether it be like lower angled up, but not in the intimidating way, more of like, a perspective thing, or, like whenever he had the gun to the dude's head, stuff like that. Like it was just really cool. And then the way that the lighting was played, it was very low budget. You could tell.
But but because of it being so low budget, the idea worked. It wasn't the best execution to some extent, but I really liked the idea that they did with it though. The whole point of him, being from some other universe, and he just ended up in one where he's fucked. Like he's stuck here. That's it.
Yeah.
And go ahead, man.
Well, just the fact that like the whole time you're wondering the entire time,
if it's real.
like, okay, is he crazy?
Yeah. Well, yeah. The weaving in and out of like is this all just him? Just like
being like a crazy drug addict, drunk, like, because you always see like Gigantor, it's almost like someone saw that and was like, what if you did a movie,
a movie.
But when the kid went in there to talk to the girl and he wanted to get the job, he's like, I'm gonna fucking go Hamster Town. I want to get in there and do the thing and be like, and I was like, oh, he wants to be like Hunter S. Thompson. And then like 30 minutes later, he says it, He's like, you ain't never heard of
Gonzo.
Hunter S. Thompson? Or he's like, Hunter Thompson going Gonzo. What do you say, Hamster City?
Well, it seemed to a degree that like the movie borrowed heavily from Superman.
Yeah.
You're dealing with, I mean, granted, it was its own original origin and everything. I'm not knocking it, but as in terms of like, the characters that we get introduced to, or at least the central characters, you have your Superman and I can't remember the dude's name.
Max Fist.
But yeah, Max Fist being obviously Superman analog. And then, the kid, he's straight up trying to be Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, right.
And his wife is really his Luther, like it's
How good was dude playing the manager?
I know, right?
Fucking, It's Always Sunny. And Paul Scheer.
Like, wasn't that fuck? Dude, his part was crazy. We're talking about the guy she goes and visits that.
And he was like, right? He's like, I'm not fucking dying for nobody's sins, and he had that fucking crown, the thorn.
What a random ass.
But he did a good job at
role
it
for him. Yeah.
Especially when he stood up, because I didn't even notice he was like sitting there in his underwear until he stands up, puts his shoe on the thing, and it's like, whoa, he's wearing fucking pansy red fucking underwear, like.
Yeah.
And it took me a second. I was sitting there watching the manager, and I was like, "Motherfucker, look who?" I was like, "No way."
Right.
Like, and he just, you never see him really playing anything else other than his character on Always Sunny.
Dennis.
Yeah. But he did it.
Yeah, he kind of morphed into the role, and he fit into it in a cool way. It was well, like Trav said, it was very interesting to see, that kind of their take on, the Superman mythos, kind of the same way that Brightburn was a very interesting take on the on the Superman mythology and seeing how things could have turned out differently. But it's nice to see, and you don't get a lot of it. But what they did give you is like he thought that he was the hero that the people wanted and that the people needed, and then her side of the story is, well, he just became like an
Yeah, he just
overbearing
killed
dick.
everybody,
That, yeah, that was just
Well,
destroyed the city.
yeah,
something, and yeah, like excuse me, uh, something that contrast that or that crossed my mind uh during the finale whenever that whole dilemma gets brought up and she's like, no, you fucked things up really more than you did any good. I was having the idea that this would have been cool had it had a tweak to where it's from the villain's perspective, because you see in hero stories there's always a portal,
So like he
and
would have
nine
been the
nine
villain.
times 9 times out of 10, yeah,
Yeah,
they get knocked through, and
it
that's
kind of
it.
was,
And
at least
like
in
he
where they came
lands,
from.
and where he's at, he's powerless. He can't, he doesn't have the advantage to be able to rule and be the evil person that he is. And so he has this change of heart existing in this world. And yeah, just it would have been crazy to have had an extra twist to where they had made it to where, yeah, he was fucking evil, instead of just like kind of leaving it up for you to decide who to believe, whose side of the story to believe.
yeah,
Because the thing that kept my attention was the fact that this was post hero time.
yeah,
This
yeah,
whole movie takes place after the big thing, and that's cool because a lot of stories, they'll do that, but then they jump right into the next arc. Like things are already set up. There's always,
yeah,
and this was literally just a fallout movie of the hero saving the day, which is still a cool interpretation. But I felt it would have been interesting too if there had been if it had been just a villain, and you see how a villain copes with defeat.
yeah,
Well, you saw how he
yeah,
perked up when he was like, "Oh, now I know why I'm here. Like I gotta save y'all."
yeah.
And he's like, "She's here." I started to kind of think he was telling the truth when he pulled his outfit out, because I was like, either
Oh
he was a
yeah,
professional wrestler or because it
a
the way
really
it
good
looked,
sewer. Yeah,
and then his detail when he was telling the
I
yeah,
stories,
like
like,
I liked how they kept it vague up until that final shot.
oh yeah, when she
yeah,
shoots him, and it's like, oh whoa.
yeah,
And then
Yeah,
I
his
was
blood
like, when
was
that girl
blue.
was crawling over there, I was like, oh, she's gonna get infected by the blood, like.
yeah.
But then I was thinking this, so the blood healed her.
Hmm.
Why didn't it heal him?
Well, maybe
He was
kind of the
laying
way
in
that
it.
yeah, well, kind of the way I figured it was like, in order for the his abilities to work on this planet, like he needed that source,
Hmm.
which was the crystal cave or whatever. Like
Yeah,
that's where he pulled his power from. And since the crystal cave didn't exist,
shop them all.
then yeah, then maybe something else from our world that thing latched onto something from our
Yeah,
world or something, I don't know.
he was
It
just
could
a
Well,
just
it
be
vessel
some
said,
for it.
bullshit.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, well, it was called the like it was their rendition of the power cosmic.
Yeah.
And you could easily chalk situations like that up to like um just like the force. It's sentient in a way, like it kind of does what the fuck it wants, and all other life just kind of has to deal with it.
Yeah.
And that's what I took from it. Like, oh, okay, it woke up and it's like, well, this vessel's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I mean, and that wouldn't have happened if those two
didn't
wouldn't
get
have got
together.
back
Yeah.
together. Yeah. And I like how, his side of the story, he was the hero. Her side of the story, she was the hero.
Hmm.
But in reality, they were both villains. I
Yeah.
mean, she was creating all this shit to stop him, which in turn probably killed how many, God knows how many people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then he was just this reckless, god among
Drunk
mortals
with
that was
power.
just yeah, that was just doing whatever the hell he wanted to do. So it's like she was right. That world's better off without neither one of them in it.
Hmm.
Um, it was just cool to see like he was in it. Like he was full committed to the story.
Oh yeah.
and like that, it was just really cool that they kept it. Instead of him just being like, it's all bullshit,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna help you. Like, I'm glad that they actually went there with it. I was pretty happy about that.
Dude, when he busted up in there and was fighting them, I
Yeah,
was like, God damn.
he was fucking people up,
Yeah.
dude. Like legit.
And I'm guessing like the
Um,
girl's thing with the cocaine, maybe their parents overdosed on it or got, on drugs. And because
yeah,
whenever he was like, the guy tried to give her some and she was like, I'm good. And she acted
yeah.
real weird about it. But then when the hamster saw Max Fist doing coke and he was like, what are you doing? He was like, fucking get pumped, He's like, I need it.
that
He's like,
that
don't
was
let
his
he's like, if my
superpower.
sister sees you doing that, dude, she's gonna flip out. But here's what's fucked up with the sister. Like, so like her sister, maybe lost her parents to, drugs but she's a fucking pusher now.
Yeah.
It's like you're
So
tearing fucking families apart. You don't realize?
yeah, yeah, exactly. How's that any better?
I
Yeah,
thought she was gonna bust up in there and give that money to him, and try to
yeah,
get a promotion, but I was like, oh, she's gonna try to keep it.
yeah. That's where she fucked
Bad
up.
lieutenant decision. Don't hide it in your fucking house.
No.
Because when the henchmen show up,
Yeah.
dude's like, here's
If
the
I
money.
ever if I ever come to acquire by some
Safety deposit
series of
box.
events,
Something.
no, I'm calling you
Hmm.
and I'm like, Adam, I got this duffel bag I need to stash at your place for a little while. Don't ask any questions. Just know that nobody knows.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna
Going in the
say.
attic.
Yeah, yeah, right. I'll come back for it in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it safe. Just keep it safe for
But
me, you
when you
know?
come back, it's like Dumb and Dumber. There's a bunch of IOUs.
I'm like, "What the fuck happened?"
Like, no, dude, these are
You're
good,
like,
dude. These are IOUs. Just as good as money.
"Well, how? Where's my fucking money at?"
He told me not to look in it, but
Yeah. I mean, if I showed up with a duffel bag full of money, I'm obviously gonna show you what's in
mm-hmm.
it. You know? But that's my plan. I'm not telling Marina about it. The only person that's gonna know about it's you.
I think that's far
Well, I
enough
know
away.
about it. I would now know about it.
Uh, I mean,
There might already be a bag of money here. You don't know.
hey, and if there is, I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
Like for real,
Yeah.
Back to Max Fist.
Yeah. It was I really enjoy watching these low budget comic book films, man. It really shows like what people are capable of when they are working with a limited budget. They really have to rely on the story. It's just like regular indie filmmaking except with a superhero twist. Like I thought that, Super was decent, and that's that early James Gunn superhero film, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that that was decent for what it was, and a lot of the lower budget stuff that we have gotten that's involved superheroes and stories like that, it's been a very different, pleasant experience that ventures outside the norm enough to keep things very fresh. Um, and no, this wasn't like the greatest comic book movie or the greatest indie flick or anything ever by any stretch of the imagination, but Joe Manganiello has a certain like swagger about him. I could watch him in anything.
This movie
I
wasn't
think
rated.
I
Really?
think
Yeah, it hasn't been
I think
rated.
this film, or at least the idea, the movie serves enough of a purpose of being good in its own respect, but also it shows that this idea can work. And I would love to see another version of this story, perhaps with maybe some more money pumped into it.
Yeah.
I liked it too
Um,
because I thought it was just different.
one
Yeah.
thing is, one thing as well. Um,
I think we're gonna get that
I
movie with the Sylvester Stallone movie.
Yeah.
I felt I felt very. I got vibes off of it that made me think like Invincible. If it was adapted into live action, and using this kind of weird grit, not really gritty, but like the back and forth between, you know, a really well polished animations, sequence and, you know,
Yeah.
let 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 the people have enough like face time to just really act their ass off when it's, in the present time and everything.
Right.
And then, drop your money bags on, last 30 minutes of the film where you can go balls to the fucking wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tried to find the budget, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I did see where it made like 121,000 total.
I mean,
International box office was $892. Must have been a very
like
Wow.
small release, you know.
like imagine if this movie could have been stretched out into a TV show in a way,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and you have moments where, like, say a season finale style fight where him and her battling it out, but they are jumping in and out of their worlds, and dude's trying to stay back because he's like, I'm home finally.
Yeah.
And plus he can kick her fucking ass in that world, no sweat, So
Yeah.
he wants to try to keep, it's a tug of war between universes where she keeps trying to, she'll knock him through the portal, he'll land and he's depowered. And then he's got to fucking run and do some shit and then not, try to get back through it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I mean, they could even do something like that, but make it a little bit smaller budgeted to where it cuts back and forth between their first final encounter, like before they went through the portal,
yeah,
and then their current final encounter, where it's like it shows you that because they showed you the events that played out and everything, but it'd have been cool if that happened simultaneously, and you see the parallels of it, and you know if he was the bad guy, like truly was the bad guy, then you can see how he's changed and he's become, what he's always been in his own head, more or less. But I really enjoyed it, man. I thought that it was good. It was, an hour and a half. It
yeah.
got the story across and everything. Um, the little guest appearances that they had
Hmm.
here with the that was very surprising and very interesting. I liked that a lot. So
Yeah, for like an
I'm
alternative kind of like superhero movie.
yeah, yeah,
Pretty cool. I really like the animated stuff, man. I was just like, put some Carpenter Brute over it, you know?
yeah,
Well,
right.
well, like the I guess like would you consider this part of a subgenre? Like what would you call it? Like, because when you think of the superhero genre, you can't compare this movie to like a Marvel film. Like you shouldn't go in thinking that.
Right.
But
Well, like
a lot of
Breitbart,
folks, a lot of
kind of like
folks
that.
probably will. Yeah,
Like it's not, it's
Brightburn,
a,
yeah, as
it's
well.
a burn. Um, I mean, he's a superhero, just not here.
Yeah. I mean, I would just classify it as like indie
They
superhero.
have action, adventure, crime.
Yeah,
That
that,
was
and
the,
that makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah. So
Yeah, don't even acknowledge the superhero concept. Just let that be just that's a good way of pushing, what the type of story they're wanting to tell anyway.
yeah. Well, and that was one of the things that kind of drew me in whenever we watched the trailer. It's like, oh, he was a superhero, but he's not anymore for whatever reason. It's like now he's a bum,
Yeah.
drug addict, alcoholic. Like, let's see how this plays out. And I mean, it plays out about how you would
I
expect
mean,
it to.
it touches base, it stays safe in that it touches base on typical themes like when you look at the dilemma that the main character has, over time and through his questionable decision making, he kind of does the whole, you don't have to have powers to still be a hero. That whole little
Yeah.
story
Because at the end of
plays
the day, he
out.
was a hero.
And and with the kid, it's the classic cautionary tale of, stay the fuck out of underworlds. Like, don't get involved in that shit.
Yeah.
and it's safe. It was a safe uh, way to tell a story. Um, it's also probably a key component as to why this movie probably will be one of many that probably gets looked over.
Yeah. But they'll always be there for people to revisit.
Movies like this deserve to be in the pile, man.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like they deserve to be like you don't get to this movie until like until you're a little further along.
The deep cut.
Until you're
Yeah,
ready for something like that. Because, I
yeah.
mean, they could definitely do a version of this story with a popular IP.
Um, I know that we kind of bring that point up from time to time in our episodes, but we never really delved into the topic at large. Is there a tier system of how to approach movies? Like, does that exist already? And if not, should it?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
Well,
off
like
of
the whole
based off of enjoyment or
like in terms of just I guess exposure. I would say, like hypothetically, the way we rate this is if the person we're talking to is a complete dumbass. I get that, but like, do you suggest Archenemy before you even remotely recommend a Marvel movie?
Depends on
well,
what
it
they're
depends
into.
on yeah. Because like to me, if I'm gonna recommend a film and they're into like horror, like a horror superhero thing,
Brightburn.
I'm gonna tell them to watch Brightburn.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're into like a very dramatic, story, then I would recommend this because it is very
Or kind of
dramatic,
indie. It's a little indie. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Um, if you want something that's got a little like dark comedy, I would recommend Super because that shit was covered in dark comedy.
Because I don't know, there's always seemed to be like an unsaid kind of approach to any form of art, be it a movie, music, painting and stuff. You always think about like what movies are safer to get someone into the genre, as opposed to a movie that you throw at them that's so out there or so, the story and setting could be so ridiculous that they don't even like it doesn't hook them.
Yeah.
And I guess that's down to taste. I know I'm answering my own shit, but like I don't know. It's just something that crossed my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely comes down to preferences of individuals at that point. Because I mean, I think that the people that are the people that are like, okay, I would enjoy this over a Marvel film to a certain degree. Um
But I mean, like who are the people that you would recommend Stalker to?
um I mean people that enjoy like art films. Not really, or somebody that wants a really in-depth philosophical exploration of humanity. Like if you want to go that deep, then
Yeah.
you have already watched Stalker or at least heard about it.
Now maybe I'm really trying to jump hurdles here, but like for instance, when you think about deep movies that kind of make you scratch your head a little bit, you have a film like Stalker, and then you have a movie like I don't know something a little more mainstream, like say 2001, and they both try to scratch on some sort of there's something deep to be pulled from both works.
Right.
But which one is like, which one do you think which one could pull somebody out of the Fast and Furious crowd, I guess.
I don't think there is pulling people out of that crowd. To be completely honest with I mean, the thing is like, okay, let's say Bubba Joe,
Hmm.
na- typical NASCAR fan,
Mm-hmm.
drinking Bud Light on the weekends,
W.
listening to country music, hanging out with his buddies. It doesn't matter if I recommend Stalker. They're going to watch 5 minutes and be like, fuck this
Yeah,
movie.
what the fuck is
Like,
going on?
yeah, what kind of bullshit is
I gotta
this?
read
Like,
it.
yeah, or even 2001.
They're not
Like,
gonna like it.
it's a it's amazing that Interstellar got the um praise and recognition that it did. Like, legitimately, because it's such a deep film. Yes, it's a Nolan film. Yes, it's it's left open up to interpretation enough, but it's very hard to digest in certain areas where you actually have to pay attention. And it's really interesting that it got as much of a positive reception as it got.
Well, we talked about that before, where it was like they were like, "Oh, this is the guy that made the Batman movies. Let's
Yeah.
go." And then they're in
Hell
there
yeah,
like, "What the
Batman.
fuck is happening?
Yeah, right.
What's this bookcase? What's
Yeah.
happening?" Like it was him all
So,
along.
yeah. I think that people that are interested in, that those types of films, search them out and search out like-minded individuals. That's like there's people that I've worked with in the past where I know the comfort zones of the individuals where I can talk about certain movies with them and it be okay, and then I can talk about certain other films with them and it be okay. There was a guy that used to work over there that had he doesn't work there now, so I can't ask him about it, but I'm sure he is either heard of or watched Stalker at some point, and we could have a very in-depth conversation about that film. And he could present something, that I either overlooked or didn't take into consideration. But I know that I'm not going to talk to him about Fast and the Furious because he has no fucking interest in that shit.
Hmm.
Right.
I think that's what it all. I really think that's what it comes down to. It's like, and there's not a. It's weird because there's not a lot of crossover there. Like I can watch the Fast and the Furious and enjoy it for the cheesy, like Snake Eyes. We watched it, we shit all over it. But if I was drunk and I had people over and it's like, y'all want to watch something fucking ridiculous? Let's watch this fucking masterpiece,
Hmm.
put it on, have some laughs, and have a good time. That's about the extent of it. I wouldn't take it, they're not going to take it very seriously. I didn't take it very seriously after it was over. I was like, okay, it is what it is.
No,
But the
you can talk
crossover
during
of all
this
that,
movie. You know,
yeah,
like,
for sure. It's like, what's happening? I don't, just as much as I
hmm.
know. I know, you know.
So he's a bad guy. Well, let's keep watching.
Uh, but he fucked over the whole clan.
Let's keep watching.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. They don't negotiate with terrorists.
Why is there
So,
orbs a lot now?
yeah, it's like I don't know. Let's just
So,
fucking watch it.
what y'all gonna rate it?
Um, I'm gonna give it for it being such a small indie film and for the execution of the concept, pulling in very, very good actors for the budget that they had. Like I believe the kid, I believe the girl. I'm gonna give it a full star. I may be the only one that gives it a full star, but I enjoyed it. Like I think it was executed well enough to where if I saw it on Blu-ray, I would pick it up. I wouldn't pay $25 for it by any means, but I would pay like $7.
Yeah, I really wish I knew what the budget was, because I'd
Yeah,
like to know just how much.
yeah,
But I mean, you ain't the only one, dude. I mean, I like the movie. I can see where they could change some stuff, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and I think it deserves to at least have a star for whole star. Um, but I mean my rating's gonna be a half because, you know, all of its creative stuff aside, that is great and makes it absolutely worth watching. Like Adam said, there are things that could have been changed a little bit. There could have been improvements, but I don't think it's at the fault of the filmmakers. I think it's at the fault of
yeah, I
just
mean, it's
finance in
what
general.
they had.
I'm sure like this is the kind of story that was original enough in my opinion and different enough from the superhero genre that if it had more money like there was more to this story. Like I feel like the guy who wrote this had to have other stuff mapped out just because it just seemed like a fun world to build.
yeah.
So, but
The,
yeah, I give it a half.
I mean, it's the 2
the,
stars is good.
yeah. The rumored budget was 30 million,
Okay.
but it says to be confirmed.
Yeah.
So it's probably I honestly see that they made this film for about 10 to 15.
Yeah. No more than 20.
Yeah,
No
because
more.
they had to spend a decent amount on all that animation and stuff.
I really enjoyed that animation.
I
I
know,
just thought it was
right?
cool because, like, in my head, I'm like, that's what that world looks like. Because it was
Yeah,
another
yeah,
dimension. He came through a dimension, you know? So I was like,
yeah.
that's just
And
what
they
it looks like there.
yeah, and they took it like it had that retro
Yeah.
pink and blue
Mm-hmm.
feel to it. Like it was really cool. It
Huh.
reminded me of like the Powerpuff Girls,
Okay.
if that make like the geometry of their buildings and the way that everything was like the cityscape and everything was laid out.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of that dude's art style, but kind of you know, a little bit more extreme, I guess you could say. I enjoyed it.
I wouldn't necessarily think Powerpuff Girls in terms of its
I
design,
was
but
thinking kind of
absolutely the
Tron.
palette. But the palette because
Yeah,
it's very bold colors,
Right.
very
Yeah.
very
yeah,
striking. Yeah, like so. Yeah, and yeah, you could because that. What's funny is the 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 Void Machine, which is a cool name for a weapon.
yeah.
Uh,
That's a good album name.
like
Mm-hmm.
oh dude this the names for all this shit that they gave for the characters and the MacGuffins and all that other stuff, they all had cool names and
Yeah.
shit. Like
Like
it's
that
from a
planet he
city
was
named
talking. Yeah.
Chromium.
Chromium. That was it. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And the
Like
kid's like, none
you
of it's
know,
real. You need to have a little copium, you know?
but but yeah,
And then you notice like in his where he was from, he was like drunk with power. And then here he was just
Yeah,
drunk.
yeah.
Like
The
he just couldn't
whiskey
get
was
enough of it,
stronger.
dude. And
Yeah.
he's like, I could drink more of these, man. And he's like, you know?
I mean, that's how he rolled, man.
this is what we're gonna get if Homelander is ever depowered.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm telling you guys, with that Samaritan movie, I mean, it's like a kid. It's a story about a superhero that disappeared after a battle 20 years ago, but some kid finds him, you
Yeah,
know, with a bigger budget. It could have been maybe they saw this and was like, there might be something there, you know, we change it a little.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. And that'd be kind of cool, you know? How do you retire as a superhero? So, um, we got a little bit of movie news. I'm gonna hit the Shang-Chi stuff in order. I did go watch Shang-Chi. I very much enjoyed Shang-Chi. I'm gonna give it a preemptive star. That's how much I enjoyed it. So it is going to be in theaters for what 45 days
yep.
before it comes to Disney Plus. So if you get an opportunity, go watch it in theaters. I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you can't, or if you're not willing to risk it for the biscuit,
Mm-hmm.
then wait 45 days and it'll come out. So first off, box office, Shang-Chi smashes Labor Day record with 90 million. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is making a heroic showing at the box office where it has smashed the record for Labor Day openings with a 4-day haul of 90 million and has posted the second biggest 3-day debut of the pandemic year so far, behind fellow Marvel studio pick Black Widow. Shang-Chi from filmmaker Destin Daniel Cretton brought in a domestic 3-day total of 75.5 million from 4,300 locations. Shang-Chi's global haul is an estimated 127.6 million. PG-13 movie, which earned positive reviews and a glowing cinema score, stars Simu Liu as Marvel's newest hero and is the studio's first to center on an Asian lead. Its 3-day haul is the second biggest domestic opening of the year behind Black Widow, which debuted at 80.3 million over 3 days in July, and ahead of Universal's F9, which brought in 70 million in late June. As far as September releases, only Universal's It and It Chapter 2 top Shang-Chi's domestic opening.
I saw
Um,
Monday where it hit 140 or 40
hell yeah.
million. Its budget was 150, dude. So it's over a weekend
Yeah.
made its money back pretty much. I mean, so that's
Yeah.
great
I mean, yeah.
and has good reviews
Yeah.
across the board.
Yeah, I know, right? Um, Going right on into this, it says Shang-Chi director will definitely return for a sequel if Marvel wants him. So this is what he had to say about it. Yeah, I would. When I said that to my agent, it was real. I was basically just telling my agent, I don't want to do those types of movies. I know I was getting to the place in my career where it's easy for agents to try just and push me into that direction, but I was not feeling like I wanted to. A part of it was definitely fear of losing creative control, fear of losing my mind, being on a movie project that big. But I found the experience to be much more exciting, much more fun than I had expected. And I also found that the process of working on a big movie was more conducive to who I am than I expected. I grew up on an island, so I move at kind of a slower pace than most people. But I also love collaboration. I love collaborating with people who are really good at their jobs, and this movie was extremely collaborative, and I had a blast. So I definitely do it again.
Yeah,
I
he's from
mean, I think
Hawaii.
really
Yeah,
that's cool.
that's cool.
Has he got any other notable films under
He
his
did
belt?
Just Mercy with
Mm-hmm.
Michael B. Jordan. I think he plays a
Right.
lawyer or something. Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
defense attorney. And that came out a few years ago. And then he did I'm Not a Hipster,
Yeah.
The
The
Glass
glass. He
Castle,
did. Yeah, the Glass Castle here.
and I've never heard of that. But this looks like
It's
it's his
got.
third big movie.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I mean, he
none of the
knocked it
other
out of the
movies
park.
are like, this kind of movie. Like
Right.
they're
Yeah.
all, like I think both of those are like biopics. I mean biopics.
Yeah.
But The Glass Castle has Woody Harrelson in it.
Yeah, I saw that. It might be interesting to check that out. It looks a little dramatic, but I like a little dramatic wood from time to time. I mean, can't get enough of that. Next up, Shang-Chi doesn't have a release date in China, which could hurt its box office. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings has been highly anticipated movie in the MCU. The superhero adventure features the first lead Asian protagonist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and there are many who have been waiting to see just what this new Avenger can do. But the movie has not been without its controversies, and it appears that a new one has reared its head. This latest snafu will pose some serious problems for the movie's box office tally. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings will be the first MCU film since the pandemic started to exclusively release in theaters, but when it hits theaters this weekend, there will be one major market that Shang-Chi will not be shown in. Shang-Chi has not been approved for distribution in China, which will cause a major hit to the box office gross. MCU films tend to take 10 to 20% of their box office from China. Without the Chinese box office money, Shang-Chi is almost certainly guaranteed to have a lower box office tally than other comparable MCU films. Since 2012's The Avengers, China has been the second highest grossing box office for all Marvel movies, just behind the US and Canada. The underlying controversy seems to stem from the film's casting and the perception of the comic book series that Shang-Chi is based on. The comic books on which the film is based have been considered racist and filled with reductive stereotypes. Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige has assured public that the subject matter will be handled with racial sensitivity, but that does not seem to be enough to save the movie from being banned in China. Marvel's Eternals may also face issues in China, but for different reasons. Director Chloe Zhao became persona non grata in China after certain comments she has said about the country made her their way online. Her achievements have been stricken from the Chinese web, and it is reasonable to assume that movie she directs in the future will face bans in China. That means the next Marvel Cinematic Universe movie that might be shown in China is the upcoming Spider Man No Way Home, which is still scheduled to hit theaters this December. Chinese audiences starved for MCU films will likely flock to theaters when the film is released in China. For now, though, Shang-Chi is the next MCU film to be released, and although it will not be released in China, it is expected to do well over Labor Day weekend, with it being a theater-only release and, of course, tied to the previous 24 MCU films. The film is expected to do well in US and Canada. It is expected to be number one in the market, with a very real possibility of breaking the record for Labor Day weekend box office tallies.
It's amazing that it made that much money without being released in China. I thought it was. Well,
Yeah.
man, you saw the movie. Do you think it's
I mean,
racist?
no. And here's the thing, man. I've said this 1,000 times, and I've said this 1,000 times, and I'll say it again. It's like it doesn't matter who they cast, you know, male, female, what race, what gender. It doesn't matter as long as the story makes sense. I feel like this is a very like Asian centric film because like I don't even think there were any like Caucasian people in the film.
Mm-hmm.
And it to me personally didn't feel like a slight against anyone, but I'm also not
Sure.
of Asian
Yeah.
descent.
Well, that's
You know
like
what I
the
mean?
girl. She made comments. That's why John Cena had to go on his little apology tour
His apology tour,
to
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure that the movie was released there. It
Yeah.
just sounds to me, they're just trying to strong arm. But here's the thing, man. So they're all right with showing a lot of the Marvel movies. They've all
Yeah.
been released there. Okay, Disney owns
Yeah.
Marvel. Well, some of that source Disney material from way back in the day
Yeah.
could be considered to be a little racist,
Yeah, I know.
So why not boycott it all?
Here's
If you're
my
gonna do
thing,
this
man. It's
one,
like what needs to happen is like I wonder if anybody from the y- whoever approves their films, right? Whatever, government body or whatever approves
well,
for Chinese
it'd be
films.
the government.
I wonder if they've seen it. And if they have seen it, I would be very interested to hear what their take on the film is if they decided not to release it there.
Remember that one movie we watched about the guys dying in that building? That they didn't want to release it there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember they had some big stink about that, and the little panel of people that they have that preview the movie were like, "No, out of the question."
Yeah. Well, didn't it paint the Communist Party in a negative
I
light?
mean,
I mean, wasn't that one of the main
yeah,
anyway? And wouldn't that be
that's nutty.
against the agenda of um someone like that, like a
Hmm.
country like that? So
Well, I was telling Trav, they banned anything to do with time travel, Back to the Future, Doctor Who, anything that has time travel in it has been banned in
wow.
China. Good question.
Is Donnie Darko banned?
Anything that has time travel, if it's got time travel in it,
Yeah.
banned
Hmm.
in China.
That's
And
weird.
you can only play video games for 1 hour. You know,
Oh yeah, that's a whole
they
different
get 3 hours
discussion.
on the weekend, but
Yeah, but out of a whole weekend,
yeah, how are they
I
gonna
mean,
like
that's
stop them from playing games?
they'll shut their internet
Well,
off.
you can play games offline.
Yeah, that's true.
How are they gonna stop that?
I don't
Anyway,
random house searches. I don't know. I don't know, dude.
that's weird
He-
though.
but that's the thing. That's fucked. Like, all right. Whenever I watched this film, and I was like, okay, I really enjoyed this film because I enjoy kung fu films and all this kind of stuff, and it blends, nicely with kung fu films and the Marvel films and all this kind of stuff. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, this is gonna make bank
Mm-hmm.
in China.
Oh yeah,
And then to find out that they're not even gonna release it there,
yeah. Well, like this. See,
like,
all of this stuff paints the Communist Party in a negative light. Like this is like a
yeah,
movie comes out and they're like, no, you can't see that here. Like, it's
yeah,
just a movie. It's like, yeah, but we said no.
yeah,
You can only play
but
games for 1 hour. But, this is all.
yeah,
They're doing a good job at painting themselves.
yeah,
Nobody else has got to do it.
yeah, right. So I hope I mean, I wonder if it'll find its way there on Disney
Well, even
Plus.
if they ban it, so like Disney Plus, you're region locked.
Yeah,
All you gotta do is use a VPN
yeah,
to bypass that and watch it on Disney Plus America. Like,
yeah.
so yeah, they'll see it.
I would love to hear
Yeah,
why
the
they don't
reason.
want to show it, and then I would love to hear a genuine Chinese individual's take on the film.
So
That's just
the
me.
Shang-Chi comic books, did they sell those in China? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I guess I
I
don't
mean,
know. But I mean, at the time, like,
what was it, the 70s?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
everybody was racist in the 70s, dude.
yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, but a lot of people's like that was my favorite hero.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
one
and
of the
like they
first
should be happy
Asian.
because like this is like kind of the first, MCU movie that hasn't it's got an Asian superhero.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And it's like, why would you
and
not want them to see that? Like this is their time to shine. There's an Asian superhero.
yeah.
They're like,
I
no,
don't,
out of
I
the
don't
question.
get it. Yeah. I really have no idea. It makes no sense to me. But like, also, I don't. I mean,
We're not communists, so we don't get it.
well, yeah, we're not communist, and then also, like, if somebody makes fun of me, I don't
It's
care.
free conch, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Say
I
whatever you
don't
want to
give a
say.
fuck. Yeah, if somebody wants to fucking bullshit and like say something,
Yeah.
like, well, then let them.
Yeah, I identify as a clone. Can I do that?
Yeah,
I'm a clone.
yeah. You can identify as whatever you
I'm a
want, man.
clone.
I identify as good looking, so therefore I am a
There you go,
supermodel.
dude.
Next up, Batista says Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will wrap up the series. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be the final installment of the series. This, according to franchise star Dave Batista. For several years, Batista has been playing the role of Drax ever since making his debut in the first Guardians of the Galaxy that was released in 2014. Production on the third and what is apparently the final movie of the series will begin later this year. Previously, James Gunn has inferred that he'll be finishing up his time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the release of the third Guardians movie in 2023. It's always possible another sequel could be made with another filmmaker at the helm, even if that doesn't seem likely. Now, Dave Batista is backing up Gunn's comments that it's the end of the line with Part 3, confirming that it's curtains for Guardians of the Galaxy once Volume 3 is released. As the actor tells comicbook.com, it's our third film. We're going to wrap it up, and it's been a hell of a journey with a few bumps. So I'm looking forward to this, man. My cast and obviously the director, James Gunn, they're like family to me. This is kind of where my journey started. It's come full circle, and I'm looking forward to wrapping it up. And it's a bittersweet. I mean, I've been doing Guardians since 2013. And, when this comes out, it'll be 2023. So that's, 10-year journey. All things must end. And, I'm looking forward to kind of wrapping this up with my friends and family. Um, so this is what Batista said also. We work in trilogies, and James Gunn has already announced that it's his last film. And when James is done, I'm done. And I'm also going to be 54 years old by the time Guardians 3 comes out. And just like the shirtless thing is getting harder and harder for me. The journey has come full circle, and I'm ready to just kind of step aside and wrap it up. I think that's respectable.
Yeah, well, he wanted to be a director. Remember?
Batista?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wants to make movies. So
I want to see Batista in more dramatic roles.
yeah,
Everything that we've seen him in that has been a dramatic role has been great. So I would love to see him in more dramatic role. And like his comedic timing is fantastic.
yep.
Like, don't get me wrong. But he just has like he looks like an everyman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I love to see, that version of Batista. So I'm happy. Hopefully he'll get to direct a little. Hopefully he'll get to star in something that's a little bit different than the
Army of the Dead.
yeah, than that. Like I would love to see him in a drama, like a big time drama. That's just me.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
That's
sure he
to
could
just
do it.
me.
slowly get it.
Yeah.
He's got chops.
So he does, man. I identify as Batista. All right. So, and this come out of fucking nowhere. An official Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas prequel exists. Here's how to watch it. Shout Studios has just released Fear and Loathing in Aspen, starring Jay Bolger as Hunter S. Thompson, telling the true story of Thompson's run for sheriff of Aspen, Colorado. You can watch it in select theaters and VOD now. It is available on Apple iTunes, Google Play Movies, Vudu, Amazon Video, Microsoft Store, YouTube as download, or rent it on Apple iTunes, Google Play Movies, Vudu, Amazon Video, Microsoft Store, YouTube, DirecTV Online. See what Hunter was up to before his infamous trip to Las Vegas. Film follows Thompson's 1970 attempt to run for sheriff of Pitkin County, Colorado, set just before Thompson's 1971 novel Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, A Savage Journey to the Heart of the American Dream. It is an account of the local hippie led reform movement and revolutionary freak power campaign. Cheryl Hines, Nicholas Cage's son, Weston Coppola Cage, and Micah Flam round out the cast. The film was written and directed by Bobby Kennedy III. The official synopsis read Fear and Loathing in Aspen is a true story of an American band of misfits using establishment rules to challenge establishment rules. In 1970, Hunter S. Thompson, fed up with local pollution problems, threw his hat in the ring for sheriff of Aspen, Colorado.
Can you imagine him being a sheriff and just getting
Yes.
fucked up all day?
Yeah, yes. I mean, everything would be legal, right?
Yeah. That guy, he kind of looks like a young, like 70s Hunter
Yeah,
S. Thompson.
I know, right?
I put the trailer in our trailers. I didn't even know
I
this
didn't
was a
either.
thing.
I'm interested to see
They
if
didn't spend any money on promotion.
yeah, right. So yeah, that's very interesting. I'm looking forward to checking that trailer out. And if the trailer looks good, may have to peep the
I've
film.
seen all the other Hunter S. Thompson movies. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder why they haven't done more. I mean, I don't. I guess it's one of those things that a lot of people is too afraid to touch the source material or whatever. But still, though, he was a very interesting
Very
individual
interesting.
to say the
Yeah.
least. Yeah. So yeah. Next up, well, last up, I guess. Clerks 3 wraps tonight. Kevin Smith already has an hour of the movie cut together. Kevin Smith has been sharing near daily updates since he began work on Clerks 3, and today he shared what is going to be one of his last filming updates as he announced that the movie is in its final day of shooting. The film has only been in production for a month, but now his 10th collaborative effort with Jason Mewes has almost matched filming of the original Clerks with a lightning fast shoot. Clerks 3 will follow on from its 2006 predecessor and will seemingly see Jeff Anderson's Randall Graves take the lead, with many of the original cast returning to the franchise. Last day of Clerks 3, Kevin Smith posted, "It's been a blissful shoot. I've already cut together about an hour of the movie, and it's funny as fuck. emotional peon to cinema, pian, pan. I don't know. Tonight, these two old fools wrap their 10th movie together. Today, they're just trying to survive a 7-mile Highlands hike. And then, of course, it goes into what the synopsis and everything that we've already read
Yeah.
before. So they're wrapping it.
Yeah.
It's what, September. So the film will probably come out spring of next year.
Yeah, and this was, I saw him tweet this out, so this was August the 31st, so about 8 days
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
And he was
He might
like,
already have the
I was going to
movie.
say, like, so then he was having to work on set all day, cut at night,
Yeah.
you know, go back to set, cut at night. He's probably very close to having it cut by now. I'd say by the end of
Yeah.
the month, he'll probably have,
Yeah.
you know,
And post production will
and
be
show it to
done.
some people and let them, you know, make changes. And
Yeah.
so yeah, that'd be awesome.
I really hope he does another road show.
That'd be cool.
I'd love to go see this. And what would be nice, like, and I know this would be a very long experience, but it would be nice if they did the full Clerks trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Clerks, Clerks 2, Clerks 3. We get the full run and a little Q&A between while they're setting the projector up, you know.
The only thing
But
I see that could fuck up the road show would be COVID.
Yeah.
Just depends. I don't
And
even know if it's in the cards, you know, like.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was all the movie news that I saw. That was a lot of Shang-Chi shit,
Yeah.
man. There was a lot of Shang-Chi. And like I said before, man, very, very good. If anybody is even curious about it, please go watch it. Like, I don't want them to delay the Eternals. I don't want them to delay Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like this movie deserves a fair shot for anybody that's interested in Marvel and that likes kung fu films. For sure, go check it out. Like, I'm ranking it pretty high on my list of favorite first Marvel
I've seen a lot of
outings.
people being like it's in their top 10 of Marvel movies.
Yeah, I would probably, dude. I haven't stopped thinking about it. And here's the thing though. Is it because we've been so long without a proper Marvel film?
Could be.
Like, I don't really consider Black Widow a proper Marvel film. You know, even though it was Black Widow and it
Yeah, but
was
this is
Marvel and all this
new.
stuff. Yeah,
You know.
exactly. New character, new
Yeah.
world, new things that we're experiencing.
You know, what's going to happen after it, you know.
Yeah. I don't
Like,
know if
we
it's
already knew what
that.
happened to Black Widow when we were watching the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. I don't know if it's that or if it's just like I really did enjoy it, man. Like whenever I watched Ant-Man, because it was a while before I watched Ant-Man, you know, after a lot of the other stuff, and I was like, why did I fucking hold out on this Ant-Man movie for
Yeah.
so long? Like this shit is fucking banging, you know?
Yeah,
And the more I'm like,
Go ahead, man.
oh, the more I think about it, and I haven't stopped thinking about it, the more I want to just watch it right now.
This is the first time I've seen this. It has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes and
Yeah.
a 93% on Google reviews.
Holy shit. What's the is that the user
Yes.
or is that the what's the
Google
tomato
users.
score?
Tomato?
Yeah.
93. They're both 93.
And the user Rotten Tomato scores are 93?
It just
The
gives you on the
popcorn
little thing
bucket?
here where it tells you
Oh,
when you
okay, I
Google.
got you.
It's
I
an 8
got
out
you.
of 10 on IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes 93, Google 93.
got
I
you.
guess if you click on this. Audience score? Okay.
Yeah.
So that was it's certified fresh Rotten Tomatoes. Audience score is a 98.
I mean,
5,000 plus verified reviews.
it's
Pretty good score,
man.
man.
Yeah. If you guys were here, if we were doing the pod
You
right
go
now,
watch it
and you guys
again.
were like, I'd go watch it
Yeah.
right now, and then go to work tomorrow and live off that high the whole next day.
When I know you had a group.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all talk about it when you hit the parking lot?
Yeah, as much as we could.
Yeah.
You know,
Because like everybody
enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah. but everybody enjoyed it. I don't, Marina, she doesn't really go in on stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
but my brothers really liked it. My sister-in-law really liked it. So, you know, they want more, and me too. Like I want more because like there's some shit gonna go down. I
Yeah.
don't know exactly what it is, but there's some shit gonna go down, and I'm just like, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, with the
So
scores and the money that was made, I'm sure they'll make another one.
yeah, and I can't wait to like the dude that played Shang-Chi. I love his personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like he reminds me kind of a very low key Paul Rudd.
Okay.
Like, and
Asian Rudd.
yeah, and his reactions to stuff feel very Paul Rudd ish.
So it kind of had
But
that Ant-Man vibe. That.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, in the best kind of way
Yeah.
possible. But it took itself very seriously, and a lot of the stuff was like him just reacting to whatever crazy nonsense is happening. And it's great, but I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah. The
I'm
last
excited
little
to see
thing
more.
I have before we watch some trailers is yesterday Michael K. Williams passed away.
Mm,
Chalky White. He was on The Wire.
m-
Lovecraft Country
man,
we just watched, not too long ago.
yeah,
Um, it's been investigated.
really.
Well, it may have been drug related.
Ah, okay.
I listened. What's his name? Oh man, Mark Maron re-uploaded. He did an interview with him a while back, maybe this year, but he re-uploaded.
Yeah,
And I was listening to it, and he had some issues with addiction before,
yeah,
stuff like that. So it was like when I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, maybe. And just a few days ago, we had a couple of comedians die from they got some cocaine that had fentanyl in it. So
yeah.
and
I
he was
saw
he was
that.
talking about cocaine on the Marin interview, and that's when I was like, oh man, I
Right.
hope he didn't get a hold of some of that damn.
Yeah, that fentanyl cocaine,
Yeah,
that fall fame.
Cocaine.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying.
But he was great on Boardwalk Empire, y'all. Fucking Chalky White.
well, I want to go back and watch The Wire now.
Yeah, dude, I've never seen The Wire, but I've heard it's really good.
I have too, and like he's the lead in it, right?
I'm not
Or one of
sure.
the leads. He was my favorite character on Lovecraft Country because his story went full circle, and it was the most interesting story in my opinion. That you know, so
Well,
I
see,
might
The
watch
Wire
The
has
Wire.
Idris Elba,
Yeah,
Michael B. Jordan.
yeah. Is it The Wire or The War?
The Wire
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't know if it was like Barb War. Get that Barb War.
might be related
Yeah,
if you say it that way.
my yeah. But it's sad, man. And
Yeah, it
I would love
sucks.
to. I'd love to have seen him in like a Tarantino film.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He could have pulled that shit off all fucking day. So
yeah, it's a bummer.
sad. Yeah, sad day, man. But I'm ready for trailers, man. We got some good ones here.
Let me get my.
I would go to and I asked the movie theater about renting out the theater.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was like, tell me about it. And they're like, well, it's usually around $100. Oh, okay. It's like, what's the $100 get you? And they're like, well, you can watch anything that you want to watch. It's like, I was like, what about new releases? And they're like, that should be okay. Not 100% sure about like, Marvel movies and stuff.
yeah.
And I'm like, because like
Well,
I would
it
love to
probably
watch.
depends too on the day.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, cause if you pick a movie, like Shang-Chi,
yeah,
so at nighttime they know, they're gonna have, you said they had like maybe 40 people in there.
yeah, 40, 50, something like
But if
that.
you were
Yeah,
like, I want to watch on, on a Sunday at like 2 o'clock,
Yeah.
They'll probably be like, oh yeah, fuck you, come on.
Yeah.
You know, they just don't want to give up like a Friday night, Saturday night.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you pick one of those days, they'd probably be all right with it.
See, this would be the best case scenario, though. Tuesday night, bring your own popcorn bucket. We're renting the theater out.
Yeah. Do they do that there? Like bring your own bucket?
Yeah, on Tuesdays.
And they fill it up?
Yeah, that's where my grandma goes to the theater. She's like, I ain't got no job.
Yeah. The one in the borough?
Yeah.
Nice
Tuesday
theater.
nights. Yeah.
I was there for their very first show.
I went that first weekend.
It was in the paper that they were going to have Terminator.
Yeah,
Salvation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was it was the only movie they were showing, and it was just one show. And me and Garrett went. We were excited, man, because like we've been going to that other theater there. I mean, just the week before, I think I went and watched something at that other, maybe Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
But it was nice to get like a state of the art, not have to drive so far away.
Yeah.
One time there was a lot of talking going on and a fucking crying baby. And I was like, 20 minutes, and this is a movie, I can't remember which movie it was, but I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
I got up, went to the desk, and was like, these people are in there talking, there's a crying baby. Is there any way I can get like a rain, check? And they were like, oh yeah, no problem. They gave me a little ticket thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, now you have to watch that movie. And I was like, oh yeah, no problem. I just want to come back another time.
Yeah.
Because they're being loud.
I want to watch the movie. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not going to, sit here through this shit. Like, there was a crying baby, dude. And the woman, like, instead of like leaving, she stood up on the steps and was rocking the baby back and forth. And the baby was just screaming.
Hot water burn baby,
yeah.
dude.
And I'm like, he's got to like poop or something.
Get him out. Take him outside. Yeah. Yeah, when the power went off that one time, they gave us rain checks, but ours was like, you can see whatever you want to see. Just bring this ticket, like this piece of paper.
Yeah.
And you can watch whatever it is you want to watch. So of course, I went back for my third viewing of Django Unchained.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I was watching when the power went out, So,
I've almost got the trailers pulled up here on my end.
I would totally do that though. Spider-Man, renting the theater out for the day, right? And or for 2.5 hours, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And just a small group of individuals. You know what I mean? People that I can throw out and we can still be friends if they're bullshitting.
Yeah. Well, no, people you can be like, hey, shut the fuck up. And then you'll still be friends.
Yeah. Don't make me come back there.
Yeah. When they get too loud, you're like, comms.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't mute you in the theater, you cuck, But that wouldn't be, and I broke it down. It's like 20 people max, So it's $100, $5 a person.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
well, even if you don't have 20 people, you could still just be like, all right, how many people we got? We'll just split it up with everybody. You might pay $10, but still you're getting a private screening where everybody's going to be quiet and watch Spider-Man.
The way God intended it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd do that with Shang-Chi.
Okay.
I'd drop $100. Here's the only way that it would work, though. We go and watch it, and then after the movie's over, we set a table up in front of the screen, and we do an episode of the podcast in the movie theater.
/ Q&A.
Yeah.
They might be like,
Yeah. Who the fuck are you?
We're podcasters. What the fuck's a podcast?
Yeah.
Mhm. Have a seat.
It's where people. Yeah, it's where people talk
We're gonna show you.
about what the fucking movie, man.
Yeah. But then
You
we
want to
sit
be a
there and talk
guest?
about everything but the movie.
Yeah. I would be okay with that. You know.
Well, especially like with Spider-Man. I mean, if we watch Spider-Man, we would be sitting there giving all the theories about where this
Yeah.
is going, what's happening.
Yeah. It would be nice to do that in a room of 20 people, and you have that one mic set up like Kevin Smith has, you know,
Yeah.
on his Q&As, and us up there talking, and then if somebody's got a fucking idea, it's like, you know, we see a hand go up, it's like, "Yeah, you get ready." And then
Yeah.
we finish the statement, and then by the time they get to the microphone, it's like, "All right, what you got?"
Yeah. I'm gonna
And
wear a
then, you
hockey
know,
jersey and I'm gonna stand the whole time. Y'all can sit
"Oh,
down.
okay. I'm gonna sit for sure. I might sit on the floor."
Indian style, crisscross
Yeah,
applesauce. I
dude.
mean,
My legs might go to sleep, but fuck it, you know?
we have
Alright.
a Matrix teaser.
Teaser.
So you said the
Yeah.
trailer's dropping like later this week.
Yeah, I think they said the trailer was dropping, like, Thursday or
Why
Friday
do they
this
do
week,
this
so
shit?
because they're fucking assholes, dude. This is
Like
stupid. You know, look, I'm gonna rant for a second. You know what pisses me off more than anything?
a teaser
Is when
trailer.
when you watch the actual trailer and there's that, like, 8
Yeah.
second teaser trailer before the fucking trailer actually starts. We're fixing to watch the trailer
Yeah.
that you took all that footage from. Why the fuck do you have to make a little mini cut of the trailer?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is coming up with this shit?
Or you sit down to
Is it
watch a trailer. You know, like this. This is a minute and 30. That's long enough to put some stuff in there. But then
yeah,
it like I can already see what's happening here. It's going to be a bunch of Matrix scroll, the
yeah,
code. You know, it's going to show a short clip of someone maybe standing somewhere. He might say something, and then it's going to be like,
yeah,
watch the full trailer next week. You know, whatever date. And it's like,
yeah.
you got to hype your
They're
trailer, dude.
they're fucking with us, dude. They know that this is gonna be one of the biggest movies of the year, and they're just fucking with us.
Let's check it
I'm
out.
ready. Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. That was the new Neo. That sounds like Morpheus. Nah, it ain't him. Okay.
See,
And then it
what the
plays it
fuck is
again.
this bullshit? Yeah. Wait, it's a different voice.
Is it different?
Yeah. Different clips.
Sounds like Barney. That motherfucker's got blue pill prescription.
Well, in the mirror, that wasn't even him. I'm gonna pause it. Nope, it was not Keanu in the mirror.
Well, we'll be watching that trailer next week.
I know, right? Fuck it, dude. I'm not watching anything else until the trailer comes out. Not watching TV, not watching YouTube. I'm protesting.
I'm sure your
I'm
voice will
taking
be
a
heard.
I'm taking a day off Twitch.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the next trailer.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Jake Gyllenhaal. Fuck that job.
Yeah.
Oh, gunshot.
I'm fucking.
Captivated.
Oh, True Detective.
Damn.
I mean, it looks intense, right?
Yeah.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might be in love with him.
He might be down
I
with
don't
that.
know. I mean, he's method,
He's
right?
method.
Whatever it takes to get the job
The
done.
method of the madness, dude.
I want to watch that other Gyllenhaal film, that Velvet. What the
The
fuck
one
was
with the
it?
art.
Velvet. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
haven't seen that. Was it Velvet Skill Saw or something?
yeah. I think it
Velvet
was
Saw. What was it?
Velvet,
Something, right?
Velvet Buzzsaw. I
That's it.
think.
Velvet.
I mean, I'll watch that shit. Have you seen it, Trav?
No, man.
I think Charles wrote it.
Hmm.
All right, I'm ready for the next trailer.
No one gets out alive.
Yeah,
Another that other one was Netflix. It's another Netflix one.
they're killing it, ain't
Killing it,
they?
dude. All right, 3,
Shit.
2, 1, play. Is that Kevin Bacon?
Fun now.
Sweatshop.
She's working in a sweatshop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got an Amityville horror kind of vibe, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a look at this dude's face. Mm.
For what? Creepy bitch.
Butterfly collection. It looks like the ghost, they're trying to protect her against maybe the guy.
Yeah.
Like he's killed those people, maybe. Like they're good ghost.
Yeah.
Based on a book.
Yeah, I might have to take a pass on that. I would definitely rather watch Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. They should have put him in it. He's like, no one gets out alive.
Yeah. He's all acting creepy like Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
It's like, you fucking creepy bitch. Get out of here. All right. Is this real?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Like, is this a real series?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we read about this. We had read stuff about this, but it's been a long time. Where they
It
were
had,
like,
and
Amazon was gonna do it, and people were worried about that because it was like, oh, Amazon.
yeah. Well, they're doing Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
so. But I mean, I remember the last conversation that we had about the Wheel of Time was me asking Travis if they could properly adapt it, and Travis was like, "Are they even going to try?" Like so. I'm
Well, didn't they
interested
do
to
it
see
not
what
too long ago? They had that TV show, right? That came on like prime time television. It was kind of based
Well,
on it, right?
well, they did one of those things where they made a pilot so they could retain the rights.
Okay. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, they pulled a Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready when y'all are.
All
Yeah,
right.
let's do
3,
it.
2, 1, play.
Beautiful. Mm.
Not the dark one. Ooh.
Ugh, pussy face.
Couple months away. All right. I mean, I'm definitely gonna check it out as much as I've heard about the book series.
Yeah.
Color me curious, man. Like, it looks like we're gonna get the first book story, which I'm totally cool with. And you know, I nothing nothing made me go ugh when I was watching it.
Right.
Because the whole women controlling stuff, it gets explained. It's not as on the nose as the trailer made it to be.
On the vag?
Like there's a logical reasoning. Or
Right.
the story presents itself with its own logic. But yeah, I'm personally looking forward to seeing what's gonna be like.
Yeah.
The
I
trailer
really
looked great.
Yeah.
I that first book's really fucking good.
After
Yeah.
seeing that trailer and like, the kind of money they put into it, I can't wait to see the Lord of the Rings one.
I know,
Because I'm
right?
thinking it's probably gonna be
Yeah.
pretty good too.
My only fear is if it turns out to be great and really good, but then Lord of the Rings drops, pulls all the viewership. You know what I mean? And they go with they go full funding for Lord of the Rings
Instead
and
of
they
this.
just kill. Yeah, because it's going to be a battle of the budget. Because Wheel of Time, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's like they're going to have to drop some cash to make it look good.
Right.
You never know, dude. Jeff Bezos might be a huge Wheel of Time fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather him drop money in Wheel of Time just
Yeah.
because leave Peter Jackson's work alone. It's still not even far removed from
And holds up.
yeah. So I mean, but that's I'm still gonna watch it when it drops on Amazon, but I don't know. I'm looking way more forward to Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That new.
I get that. Yeah, exactly. And I know Corey White is very excited because he's read all the books
Oh yeah.
and he has listened to the audio of all the books multiple times. So it's kind of like his adult Harry Potter,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and I think one of the last times that we were talking, he was saying that he was very excited for it. So, his interest has me interested, because he's not interested in much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Me and him have
I'm just fucking with you, Corey, if you're listening.
me and him have we've had our fair talks of it as well, and you know, it's yeah, I'm like I said, there's nothing in the trailer that has me worried at the moment. I like that they didn't give us everything that like
Yeah.
it's not a situation where we just saw small 2-second clips of every major set piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead we got allusions to certain things like uh I'm pretty sure that that thing we saw at the end when they're riding up on horseback up that hill.
Hmm.
There's like it's like a platform, and I'm wondering if that's going to be the entrance to the ways, which is their fast travel means in that universe. So I'm like just I don't know. It looks good. I'm trying not to overhype myself on it because I want to. I really do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Fucking right. I can't wait to check it out, man. Solitary. I mean, I play this shit on the computer constantly. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, some might say I'm a pro.
Do you do
I
the?
just,
Do you play it the proper way where you can't go through the deck so many times?
in the draw three,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's definitely a lot harder when you play it like that.
Some people might say I'm a solitary savant. Nobody's ever said that, but some
Is
might
that what you
say,
identify as?
yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
They're like, what's your
Uh,
pronouns? You're like, I don't have any.
solitary.
Uh,
Yeah,
well, you identify as solitary savant,
solitary. They're
lady
like the
man.
card game. Yeah.
Never heard that one.
I fucking knew it. Uh, I'm ready, man. Let's do
All
it.
right, 3, 2, 1, play. I was on holiday.
Mm. He's in a box.
I was just thinking it's a jail.
That's an interesting idea.
I mean, he's in there with a woman.
Yeah.
That's better than jail here.
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about? They're showing too much. They're showing too much. So maybe she's there to try to get him to confess.
Yeah, I
Like she's
guess.
in on it.
That's an interesting idea, though. The idea of like having, kind of like the Australia thing,
Yeah.
you know, sending them to off
What
world
it made me think about.
to populate a region, or test to see if you can even populate the region to begin with.
Yeah.
If there's fucking dinosaurs walking around, then I mean they're just fucking collateral damage at that point, you know?
Elon Musk is like, that's why we want to colonize Mars. We want to turn it into a prison planet.
Yeah, get your ass to Mars.
Or we all go there and this is a prison planet.
I mean, it already is, isn't it? Work every goddamn day.
You're a slave to the money that you die.
Yeah. Yep. Is this that movie with Ryan Reynolds in it?
Yeah. The Rock.
Okay. All right.
And
Is he bald?
Wonder Woman. The Rock?
Yeah.
Dude, he would look so weird with hair.
They give him a toupee.
I remember when he had hair.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he just, I want to see him with like, Harvey.
Dreads.
What's his Harvey? Steve Harvey. You remember Steve Harvey's
Oh
haircut?
my
Like
God.
Kid and Play?
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Give him
like
Kid and Play and a big mustache.
I'm thinking 90s like shaved bowl cut with a mustache.
Give him that bowl cut from that music video.
We gotta let Trav watch this shit.
Oliver Tree.
Yeah. All
I'm
right.
ready.
Red notice.
3,
Let's do
2, 1, play. Of course.
it. He is bald.
He's always wearing a turtleneck.
He's got a thin neck, dude.
Well, y'all remember that picture of him in the turtleneck with the gold necklace and the fanny pouch?
I remember.
Your ass is mine.
So he's a bounty hunter. Mm.
Damn. Oh no, I kind of like that. Them
Yeah.
buddy cop. Oh shit. That looks like a little silly goose town.
Yeah. Notorious. Moonfall. Oh, Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson. Michael Pena. Ooh. Donald Sutherland. He's still alive? All right.
Ready when y'all are.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1, play.
Oh,
Oh, is this Roland Emmerich?
I think it is.
I was trying to remember who that guy is. That the guy with the glasses that was on the left of the thumbnail. Dude from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Yeah,
Samwise?
Dude, is the moon gonna
that's what I'm
crash
thinking.
into
Is it
Earth?
falling? That's scary.
This looks like a silly goose
Yeah,
time.
dude.
It does. Are they
Like,
going to wandering Earth it and
Well,
push
dude,
it?
look at the water. I mean, it's gonna fuck everything up. Look, the gravity's pulling the water up to it. See what I'm? This is how you do a fucking apocalypse, man, dude. Fuck fucking earthquakes and shit. You know,
Yeah.
bring the moon down. Wandering moon. All right.
I mean, we're podlocked on it, right?
yes.
Yeah.
That looks so ridiculous. I've
Surprised
gotta
it doesn't
watch
have the
it.
rock in it.
No,
Dude,
he's a special cameo. He comes out of the Earth's core and
Yeah.
pushes the moon back in orbit.
He just
yeah,
punches
put
it,
pieces
lays
it
a
back
Yeah.
smack down on
together.
it. Get your candy
Yeah.
ass out of here.
All you
With the
hear is
turtleneck on.
he goes, "Rudy Poo, who in the blue moon are you?" and hits it. You know.
Yeah.
Run.
Boy should have stopped drinking so much, not done running.
Yeah. The sea was taken.
I like this comment. Completely speechless and at a loss for words, they're silenced by my tears and crying.
This movie must suck.
Let's check it out.
3, 2, 1, play. Kid looks familiar. Now I know why he looks familiar. He died a few years ago. I
Really?
remember hearing about it. That's the kid from Grown Ups too. That's where I recognize him from. He's the kid in both Grown Ups movies. One of the kids. I think that's why they said they were crying.
Mm.
Because he's not with us anymore. Tarantino credits at the end there, like.
I know, right? Looks interesting.
It's weird that movie's coming out now. The kid died in like 2019. I guess the
Wow.
pandy pushed the
Yeah.
movie back. A cop movie. Wonder what this is about. Nazis. No.
The Rock.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
If you pull The Rock over for speeding, do you write him a ticket?
Depends.
If he's cool?
How how fast are we talking here?
He's not a super speeder.
Not like me.
Yeah, he's not driving in the state of Georgia.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't matter if he wrote him a ticket. He probably wouldn't pay it.
I'd probably let it go. If he's cool, and he'd
Yeah.
be like, he's trying to hand me his driver's license. I'm like, no, that's good. I know who you are. He's like, no, I
Yeah.
insist. And then he gets upset because you let him go because he doesn't. He's like, I want to feel like, I want to live a life like normal people. And it's like, yeah, but you're The Rock, dude. That's out of the question.
When you look at his license, it just says The Rock.
Yeah.
It don't even have his legal name
It's
on it.
just a card that says that, no picture.
Oh God! Like, all right,
it says the people's champ.
If you pull The Rock over, legit, and whether you give him a ticket or not, that's beside the point. Are you asking for an autograph?
I'm gonna get him to sign the ticket. I'm like, could you make that out to? I'm letting him off with a warning.
Right.
But he's got to sign it, and he's like, what is this? And I'm like, I'm letting you off with a warning. He's like, I don't think you have to sign for a warning. I'm like, well, you got to sign for this one. And can you make that out to Adam?
Yeah. How do you spell the last name?
Don't put the last name.
Just wing it. Yeah.
You put a G.
Yeah. If you pulled over anybody famous, are you asking for an autograph?
Nah, because I think you could get in trouble for that.
Would you take a picture with them?
I would use my body cam footage.
If it was Richard Dreyfuss.
I just feel like he'd be a dick. Like he would be like pissed that he's pulled over.
Yeah, like he's in a hurry.
Set,
Where are you filming at, Mr. Dreyfuss?
Like, well, I'm not filming. We're doing a fucking Jaws documentary.
Oh, like the Jaws?
I'm like, can I come?
Yeah, right. Is Spielberg there?
No, dude. If I pull over Richard Dreyfuss and walk up and say it's him, I'm going, call 911. Call 911. Somebody call 911. Then he's like, I want to speak to your captain. What's your badge number?
Yeah. I'd be okay with that. All right, a cop movie. I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Netflix again.
I was over here daydreaming about pulling over Richard Dreyfuss. Oh, it's a documentary, dude.
It's kind of looks something interesting about this. Like, it says documentary, but it's kind of like maybe a mixture.
Yeah.
Like real footage, and then they're shooting some scenes in it. I mean, they're like federales, right?
That's what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, deep. It's Mexican police force. So it's about those two. They're known as the Love Patrol. Looks different.
Yeah.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Jesus, out of how many reviews?
Let me see. 9.
Okay.
9 people loved it.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think it's all that watched it.
would you rather it be 1,000 people who played 1 hour or 10 people who played 100 hours, you know?
Oh, right here, 2 actors in Go like process to find out what it takes to be a police officer in Mexico City. So they're actors,
Oh,
and they're
okay.
like method. They're
Yeah,
going in, undercover.
that's kinda cool.
It's on Netflix. I might check it out.
Yeah, why not?
I'm already paying for it.
Yeah, I'm already gonna be there, you know?
Bill Murray.
On the rock. Oh, shit, Marlon Wayans? Rashida dude,
Mm-hmm.
dude, let's see it.
I'm gonna like this top comment. Bill looks great. He does look good.
He does. Yeah. Alright, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Rated R.
A24?
Do you know who her dad is?
Rashida
Mm-hmm.
Jones? It's Quincy
It
Jones,
is.
right? Yeah. I pulled that out of the fucking I got a headache. That's how deep in the filing cabinet that shit was.
What's her boyfriend?
It looks like a Wes Anderson film.
Mm-hmm. Only way they could get Bill to do it. This music is not the right choice.
No.
Uh, well, that movie's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what that's about, you know?
Weird, man, because Bill's picky.
Yeah, I know, right?
He still
I
uses
mean,
the answering machine. You have to call
yeah.
and leave a message and pitch your movie.
We should call him and pitch a movie, dude.
I tried to get the number, dude. I couldn't find it. I really tried after I watched that documentary. I couldn't find it.
Um
I was gonna call him and just leave a message every night. Hey Bill, Bill.
until he call yeah. It's me again, Bill.
Yeah, what's up? You wanna hang out sometime? We're having a card game this
Uh,
weekend. You
yeah.
should show up.
Just don't I won't tell anybody you're coming.
We got a
All
foreign.
right, Squid Game. Survive or die. Okay,
I
let's see
think
it.
there's a series of these films.
Uh-huh.
Um, where these people like there was one trailer I watched where a guy like they get in debt, gambling and stuff, and then all these they have these games they make them play,
Yeah.
and I think if you lose, I think you die. There's a
It,
series.
didn't realize SpongeBob SquarePants went grim dark.
Win games. All right, 3,
SpongeBob.
2, 1, play.
It's a weird phone number.
Yeah, see, all these guys go in, they make them do weird shit.
Living on the edge.
Got debt they can't pay off. The trailer I watched for that other one looked good. It's a weird mask. Is it gonna be Hunger Games with the squid?
Holy
Oh
shit.
yeah. It's a fucked up BR.
Like, what if those people are all the winners?
Yeah.
Their version of Guts looks crazy.
Do you have it?
No, I'm interested enough.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
It looks the kind of weird I'm into.
Yeah. I like the style, you
Mhm.
know? Squid Game. I have to peep that. What? It's a TV series.
Even better.
Yeah, it's got 10 episodes. Nope. That's season 1, episode 0. Never mind. Never mind. So we've got a real live action Naruto trailer.
From Lionsgate.
Is it?
This guy says this universe doesn't need live actions. Y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. Gotta do the running, right? Want to be ninja. Well, Super Saiyan, ain't he?
Yeah, right.
It looks like this was made overseas and then it's being, I don't know, either dubbed or released here. Like,
Yeah.
just the film style, I can tell.
Yeah.
This wasn't made in Hollywood. They go for it.
Okay. I don't know anything about Naruto. Cool.
That didn't
Not,
really seem that real, honestly, but if it is, like Adam said, it's got to be made overseas, which the Full Metal Alchemist movie for Netflix was fucking garbage, and it looked about this tier, so I don't know, 50-50, I reckon.
right. 50-50, isn't it?
50-50.
Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales. Oh,
These are always fun, these
okay.
Lego movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Think we'll get a little Baby Yoda.
Of course, dude. Of course. I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Hmm.
Halloween special.
His hairpiece came off.
That's the dude from Aqua Teen.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
voice. Hmm. That's pretty funny.
That was a good one.
They're always pretty cheeky. Dude, that Lego Batman movie was so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's Lego, dude. You can, it's gonna be, family quality.
Wouldn't expect any more or any less, you know?
Yeah.
All right, this is the trailer for fucking Fear and Loathing in Aspen. Let's fucking peep this shit.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Shout, shout. Louder.
But can he looks like him, but can he do the voice? Mm-hmm. He's got it, man.
Yeah.
They did a good job at it. Look at Colorado now.
Yeah.
It's almost like a documentary.
Yeah.
Take the ride. It looks pretty serious, though. So it's out.
Looks interesting.
You know,
He
check
got the
that
voice, right?
out. I like the look.
Yeah.
And I think he shaved his head so they couldn't like test his hair.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
seen
of
you and use
course.
mescaline on duty? Only on the slow nights. All right, what's it gonna be?
I mean, I've got a couple of mentions, but I mean, what do y'all think? What do y'all think?
I don't watch whatever.
Is there anything that you guys been wanting to peep?
Hmm.
I didn't think to bring anything to the table tonight. Not really.
I mean, do y'all want to watch something new, something old, something foreign, domestic, international?
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I don't even know like what's new that's out.
I don't know. What we do in the shadows.
I've been watching that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of? You said you had some honorable mentions there. What you got?
Well, all right. That Gyllenhaal movie,
Mm-hmm.
right? Velvet Buzzsaw, right? Like that's one. Um, Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Those are two that I would, put up there for because I've seen Dallas Buyers Club. I really enjoy it. It's worth podding. Haven't seen Velvet Buzzsaw, but there's a whole list.
Yeah, I mean, I'd even be down. I mean, I don't know what's coming out soon, but I'd even be down like watching both.
Yeah,
I mean, one
yeah.
next week and the week after, so we can like run up on some movies.
Till we can get something going.
What order? Do you want to do
Hmm.
Velvet Buzzsaw first since you haven't seen it? I
Yeah, that's
think that
cool with
Dallas
me.
Buyers Club is going to be a better movie. That's why I say that.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah, that's
won
fine with
Oscars,
me.
so
Yeah, Yeah, it did. I'm fairly certain.
and
So
Velvet
yeah,
Buzzsaw's on Netflix.
yeah. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
What do you think, Trev?
Sounds good to me.
I've been podlocked on Dallas Buyers Club. I
Dude,
still haven't
I
seen
can't wait.
Nightcrawler. I need to watch that.
Well,
That's
let's
a really good
fucking
movie.
yeah, let's throw it in the mix too. Why not?
Nightcrawler's really good.
All right, we've got 1, 2, 3 weeks until Halloween starts,
Mhm.
right? So
There
what
you
if we
go.
do, huh?
I said, there you go. We got 3 movies.
Yeah. And then we start brainstorming
Yeah,
what we want to do for Halloween this year.
yeah,
We've done Halloween.
that's right.
We've done Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
We've done Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
We've done Evil Dead, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have, right? I've seen it so much that I don't,
Yeah, we'll check the list and see.
yeah, I have to go back and peep
So
that.
over the next three
But yeah,
weeks, we'll come up with what we're gonna do for Podtober.
yeah, Podtober, man.
Yeah,
I'm down with that. So you want to do Velvet Buzzsaw,
Nightcrawler,
Nightcrawler?
Dallas Buyers Club.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. So Velvet Buzzsaw.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Bam.
There we
All
go.
right. We got the next 3 weeks. We got 2 Gyllenhaals and a fucking McConaughey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on.
Sounds good
I'm
to me.
down. Yeah, I'm down with that, man.
All right, well,
That's all I got, man.
checks in the mail.